Millions of tennis fans were left stunned after Rafael Nadal made unexpected comments during a live television appearance. While many had already heard Aryna Sabalenka describe Alex Eala as a fortunate young player, Nadal offered a completely different perspective. When one of the greatest players in tennis history chooses to publicly support a 20-year-old Filipino star, the entire tennis world pays attention. His words didn't just spark discussion. They ignited a global debate that changed the way many people viewed Alex Eala's remarkable journey. This is more than just a tennis story. It is a story of a young athlete who earned every opportunity through determination, resilience, and relentless hard work, building a legacy that demands respect whether the world's biggest stars acknowledge it or not. To truly understand why this moment carried so much weight, you first have to understand who Alex Eala is and where her journey began. Nothing about her success was handed to her. Her story was built brick by brick in Mallorca, Spain, at the prestigious Rafael Nadal Academy. At just 12 years old, a young Filipino girl arrived there carrying nothing more than a tennis racket, a dream, and no guarantees that she would ever make it. Born in the Philippines, Alex Eala did not come from a family of tennis royalty, nor was she fast-tracked to the sport like many highly touted European prospects. Instead, she earned every opportunity through talent, discipline, and countless hours of practice. She developed her signature left-handed game, sharpened her movement, and learned to read matches with the intelligence of a chess master rather than relying solely on power. Her dedication paid off when she captured the 2022 U.S. Open Girls Singles title, announcing herself as one of the brightest young talents in tennis. But transitioning to the WTA Tour proved to be an entirely different challenge. Despite her junior success, opportunities were limited. Obstacles continued to appear, and for a long time, it seemed as though the doors to the sport's biggest stage remained firmly closed. The road to the top was anything but easy for Alex Eala. She endured painful exits in Grand Slam qualifying events, while her ranking remained well outside the world's top 100. It was a kind of lonely and frustrating stretch where many promising players quietly walk away from the sport. She suffered 6 major qualifying defeats in a row, yet she never stopped believing. Instead of giving up, she kept training, improving, and waiting for her opportunity. That opportunity finally arrived at the 2025 Miami Open. Ranked number 140 in the world, Eala entered the tournament with a wild card, and very few people outside the Philippines believed she could make an impact. But she wasn't in Miami just to participate. She came to prove that she belonged on the biggest stage. What followed shocked the tennis world. Eala defeated former Grand Slam champion Aryna Sabalenka before stunning reigning Australian Open champion Madison Keys. Then came the biggest surprise of all as she knocked out world number 2 Iga Swiatek in one of the most remarkable upsets in WTA 1000 history. The Miami crowd erupted in celebration, and during her on-court interview, an emotional Eala admitted, "I'm just in disbelief right now. I'm so happy and so blessed to be able to compete with such a player on this stage." Her voice trembled with emotion as millions of fans watched around the world. From Manila to Miami and across the global Filipino community, celebrations broke out as people realized they were witnessing a historic breakthrough. Watching from Spain, Rafael Nadal, whose academy had helped shape Eala's career, could hardly hide his pride as he saw one of his brightest students announce herself to the world. But while Eala's incredible run was making headlines everywhere, another storyline was beginning to unfold. Aryna Sabalenka, known for being one of the most honest and outspoken personalities on the WTA Tour, found herself at the center of the conversation. Fans have long admired Sabalenka for speaking her mind without filters, a quality that has made her one of the sport's most entertaining stars. However, that same blunt honesty has occasionally landed her in controversial situations. During a live post-tournament television discussion featuring current and former players, Sabalenka was asked a straightforward question about Alex Eala's stunning breakthrough in Miami. What happened next would spark a debate that quickly spread across the tennis world. Sabalenka's response was anything but ordinary. She gave a slight shrug, smiled, and then delivered comments that quickly echoed throughout the tennis world. She suggested that Alex Eala's remarkable run in Miami had as much to do with a favorable draw and circumstances as it did with exceptional tennis. According to Sabalenka, Eala's performance was encouraging, but fans should be careful not to exaggerate the victory. She argued that there was a significant difference between showing promise and consistently dominating at the highest level, adding that once the top players had more experience and scouting reports on Eala's game, the challenges would become much greater. Were those comments a personal attack? Not necessarily. But many fans and analysts felt the remarks came across as dismissive. What made the reaction even stronger was the contrast with the way Sabalenka spoke about her own Miami Open triumph. After winning the title in convincing fashion, she emphasized the hard work, pressure, and sacrifices that led to her success, saying she had earned every moment. Yet when the discussion shifted to a 19-year-old wild card ranked number 140 in the world, who had defeated multiple top players during a historic breakthrough, the explanation seemed to focus on luck rather than determination or skill. That difference in framing immediately caught the attention of tennis fans around the globe. Within hours, clips of the interview spread rapidly across social media. The debate intensified as commentators weighed in on Eala's growing popularity. Former player Sam Querrey had already described Eala as one of the biggest attractions in women's tennis, while Steve Johnson compared the excitement surrounding her rise to some of the sport's most captivating young stars. Against that backdrop, Sabalenka's comments fueled even more discussion, and while the tennis world debated her remarks, another voice was quietly preparing to speak. In Mallorca, Spain, a retired legend was watching the conversation unfold. Rafael Nadal, a player known throughout his career for avoiding controversy and showing respect to opponents, rarely entered public debates. Across 22 Grand Slam titles, he built a reputation for humility rather than headlines. But this time, many believed he had something important to say. Rafael Nadal has never been known for creating controversy. Throughout his legendary career, he stayed away from public feuds and press conference battles, choosing instead to let his performances on the court speak for themselves. That is precisely why his reaction carried so much weight. It began with a simple social media post, where Nadal reshared Alex Eala's emotional on-court interview from the Miami Open after her semifinal defeat. Fighting back tears, Eala told the crowd she had given everything she had throughout the tournament. Nadal didn't need to write a caption. His decision to share the moment was enough to show his admiration and support for one of the brightest young players to come through his academy. The bigger moment, however, reportedly came during a Spanish television interview, when Nadal was asked about Eala's rapid rise and the journey he had witnessed since she first arrived at the Rafa Nadal Academy as a 12-year-old. Speaking with obvious pride, he recalled how impressed he had been by her determination and dedication over the years. He even shared a lighthearted story about sending her a private congratulatory message after a breakthrough in Miami. Eala later admitted that her phone had been flooded with so many notifications that she didn't even notice Nadal's message for several days. As the interview continued, the conversation turned to the growing debate surrounding Eala's success and the suggestion from some commentators that her Miami run had been largely the result of favorable circumstances rather than exceptional play. Nadal responded by emphasizing that achievements at the highest level are never simply the product of luck. He explained that defeating elite opponents on one of the sport's biggest stages requires years of preparation, immense courage, and outstanding talent. His message was clear. Young players who work tirelessly to earn their breakthroughs deserve recognition for their effort, not dismissive labels that reduce their accomplishments to fortunate circumstances. Although he did not directly name anyone, many viewers interpreted his remarks as a strong defense of Alex Eala and a reminder that success in professional tennis is built through dedication, sacrifice, and relentless hard work. Rafael Nadal never mentioned anyone by name, but he didn't have to. Journalists in the room, viewers watching at home, and tennis fans around the world immediately understood who his message was aimed at. Within days, clips of the interview spread rapidly across social media, drawing millions of views and sparking discussions across every major platform. Filipino fans rallied behind Alex Eala, while tennis journalists and former players shared their own perspectives on the controversy. What had started as a single comment quickly became one of the biggest talking points in the sport, with headlines focusing not only on Eala's breakthrough, but also on debate over how her achievements were being perceived. Soon, the conversation grew far beyond one interview. It evolved into a broader discussion about respect in women's tennis, the recognition of emerging talent from non-traditional tennis nations, and whether rising stars from countries outside the sport's traditional powerhouses receive the same level credit as established champions. Many observers argue that Eala's success represented more than just personal achievement. It symbolized the arrival of a new generation of players capable of challenging the sport's elite. Former American professional John Isner had previously noted the enormous potential of the Filipino tennis fan base, explaining that all it needed was a star to rally behind. In the eyes of many fans, Alex Eala had become that player. The response from Filipino supporters was extraordinary. From Southeast Asia to the United States, Europe, and the Middle East, fans packed stadiums, filled social media with messages of encouragement, and turned every Eala match into a major event. Hashtags supporting her trended across multiple countries as thousands defended her accomplishments and celebrated her historic rise. Analysts also pointed to her performances rather than the circumstances surrounding them. Throughout the tournament, Eala consistently created opportunities against some of the world's best players with her aggressive return game, mental toughness, and fearless shot-making. Even while dealing with physical discomfort late in the event, she continued to compete at a high level, convincing many observers that her breakthrough was built on talent, preparation, and determination, not luck. As the debate continued, journalists covering the Miami Open published detailed analyses explaining why Alex Eala's breakthrough was anything but a matter of luck. They pointed to the quality of her victories, her fearless style of play, and the years of hard work that had prepared her for the moment. At the same time, Aryna Sabalenka's supporters came to her defense. They argued that her comments had been taken out of context and that she was simply offering an honest assessment from the perspective of a fierce competitor. Many also noted that Sabalenka had spoken positively about Eala in previous interviews, and that social media had exaggerated a nuanced opinion into a controversy that portrayed the world number one as a villain. Those arguments carried weight because Sabalenka herself had overcome enormous challenges throughout her career, facing criticism and doubt before establishing herself as one of the best players in the world. She understood better than most what it felt like to have achievements questioned. Even so, many fans felt that her remarks unintentionally diminished the significance of Eala's accomplishment, and the absence of any public clarification allowed the debate to continue. While the tennis world waited to see how the story would unfold, Alex Eala chose a very different response. She never fired back on social media. She didn't criticize Sabalenka during interviews or engage in public drama. Instead, she let her tennis do the talking. Eala returned to the court with even greater determination, continuing to prove that her success was no accident. She followed her breakthrough by reaching another WTA final and continued building momentum on the biggest stages of the sport. At the U.S. Open, she made more history by becoming the first Filipino player to win a Grand Slam main draw singles match, battling through an intense contest and showing remarkable composure under pressure. Rather than responding with words, Eala answered every question the best way a professional athlete can, with performances that continue to earn the respect of fans, fellow players, and the tennis world. Alex Eala's journey has never been about luck, coincidence, or simply being in the right place at the right time. Every milestone she has achieved has been built through years of sacrifice, discipline, and relentless determination. After the heartbreaking Eastbourne final, where she came within a few points of lifting the biggest trophy of her young career before falling in a dramatic finish, Eala couldn't hold back her emotions. Tears streamed down her face during the on-court interview as she reflected on the painful defeat. Those tears were not the tears of someone who had failed. They were the tears of an athlete who had invested every ounce of energy into chasing her dream. Once again, Rafael Nadal quietly reshared the emotional interview on social media. He didn't need a lengthy caption or a powerful statement. The video itself said everything. It reminded the world that behind every victory and every defeat stood a young woman whose commitment to the sport was absolute. Nadal's gesture reinforced what so many had come to believe. Alex Eala's rise was built on character, perseverance, and an unwavering work ethic rather than fortunate circumstances. As the 2026 season unfolded, Eala continued proving that her breakthrough was no one-time surprise. She entered a WTA 1000 tournament as a seeded player for the first time in her career, climbing to world number 31 after months of consistent performances against elite competition. Expectations were now much higher than they had been a year earlier, but instead of feeling overwhelmed, she embraced the challenge. At the Dubai Open, she displayed the fearless tennis that had become her trademark, defeating accomplished opponents and reaching